Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Unit 1 FARO Smart Urban Illuminated Bike Helmet. Smart helmets not only protect you in an accident, but also keep you visible during the day. The Unit 1 FARO Smart Helmet that we have here today is one of the most feature-filled helmets we've ever reviewed. You can see the packaging is very simple. You have a cardboard helmet box, Unit 1 printed directly on there, nice graphics printed on the cardboard itself, and then a little sticker here that shows off the color. We have the medium Maverick color, which is this nice blue, and it shows off the rear taillight. We'll go ahead and take it out of the box and go over the specs. This can be customized in a number of ways, so price ranges from $209.90 all the way up to $277.20. You have front and rear lights, and they can be customized via an app, so you can adjust what they look like, as well as the RGB color scale. These have optional turn signals, as well as a MIPS safety liner. They also have a magnetic buckle, so really easy to put on and take off, as well as a built-in brake sensor, as well as fall detection, so it can actually notify the specified contacts if you have an accident. It also is USB-C rechargeable, which is really nice with the full app to really customize everything. We have the fully loaded model, so that includes the MIPS liner, as well as the turn signal controller, which brings the price to $277.20, but you can definitely get this on sale. In terms of what comes with it, with the optional turn signals, which includes the brake sensing functionality, you get the little controller. It's a wireless controller, so it's really nice with its own battery and a simple connector design. You have the instruction manual for that, as well as multiple O-rings here for attaching to your bike, so different lengths. You have the helmet itself. You can see the MIPS liner directly in here with this version, as well as an instruction manual that goes over the functionality of the helmet, set it up in multiple languages. There's also a recharging cable for recharging the helmet with a nice long design with a 90-degree bend in it. There's also nice premium touches, such as the inside of the helmet, which has really nice text printed directly on there. It makes it feel more premium. Now let's take a look at the weight of the helmet. We have the medium variation with the MIPS liner option. So that comes in at 628 grams, so very heavy, and one downside to having all these electronics built in. Then the optional turn signal with a O-ring to attach it to your handlebars. That comes in at 20 grams. The FARO combines classic urban helmet styling with modern LED lighting elements. You have a thin front LED, as well as a exposed rear taillight. There's also an additional hidden lighting element underneath this fabric cover, which gives it a very sleek look. Compared to all the other competitors on the market, the Unit 1 FARO has a unique feature set. So you have the magnetic buckle, the optional MIPS liner, you have this hidden taillight, and sequential turn signals. So a lot of cool features that you don't typically see in one helmet. Really the only feature this helmet doesn't have is built-in speakers, which is something LiveAll and some other smart helmets do have. But otherwise you have all the features you want, as well as brake sensor and fall detection using the associated app. The helmet itself has very simple styling. It looks more like a baseball helmet with its extended rear cover and mostly unventilated. You just have two strips down the top and then an exhaust port underneath the taillight. So pretty minimal, so if you're in a hotter environment, this might not be the helmet for you. But for urban riding, it's a great option, especially in colder weather. You can see the color schemes look really great. This is the Maverick option, but Unit 1 also offers quite a few unique colors. So they're all this matte finish, and some of the other names are quite fun too. So Blackbird, Stingray, Juniper, and again Maverick, which we have here. It's a fully finished design, which you'd expect at this price point. So the shell actually extends all the way under and around. So it makes it look really premium. And then you can see it's a two-piece shell. So you have the main top and then this little divider line. There isn't a removable visor, but you can see there's a built-in visor, just sort of extends out a little bit. And then perhaps the coolest part of the helmet is obviously that rear fabric. So if I turn this on, by holding the rear power button, you can see this whole hidden light element illuminates and actually shows you the battery status. So shows you how many bars of battery you have left, and then switches to the setting for the hidden light. You can also change the headlight and taillight settings by the app. They can be flashing, you can adjust the intensity. There's even quite a few options like a weather mode and automatic light detection, so during the day or night it can adjust, or if the weather indication at your local area changes, it can also adjust the mode. So most of the adjustments are done through the app. Through here, you can only do a hold to turn it on or off. Pressing this doesn't do anything. But you can see again, very cool rear design, and you can actually do quite a few really eye-catching visualization options as there's quite a few LEDs built in here. And that's what really makes this helmet so heavy, but quite cool and unique compared to other lights on the market. Inside, you can see very simple. It is quite thick foam. So you have EPS foam here, the shell that wraps around, and then the MIPS liner in that classic yellow color, cut around the vents. One reason this helmet is so heavy though is obviously all the batteries. So the headlight, taillight, they all have a battery built in here, and that's actually cut into the foam itself. You have a standard rear dial system, so you can actually adjust that, and the cradle is adjustable up and down. You have Velcro attached foam on the inside for padding, which feels nice and soft to the touch. And then a USB Type-C charging port on the rear, which you can just pull up and use that to recharge the helmet as needed. The other feature is the optional turn signal controller. So it's a wireless design, it uses Bluetooth, and actually connects to the helmet. So you can put this on your handlebar and then indicate if you're going left or right. So you can see this will flash when you're going right. I have it in the manual mode, which means it stays on until I tell it to turn off. And you can actually adjust the graphics here. So this is sequential. You can also do quite a few variations where it does the full sweep, half sweep. So very customizable and really cool. You can press it again to turn it off, or press the left to switch between it. So a nice way to indicate what you're doing. And because it's such a large lighting element, it's pretty obvious that you're actually turning left. So a really cool feature. If you didn't have the hidden light, this isn't quite as obvious, but with a sequential design, it's very obvious that it's trying to indicate that you're turning left. It's a nice design as well for the mount. So simple wireless design, and you can see two parts. You have the actual remote part that just twists into place. This has the recharging port on it, so you can recharge this as needed. It has a little slot. So if you see on the bottom, there's a little slot there, locks into place, and uses an O-ring to attach your handlebar. This is optional. It is a little bit weird to have so many optional features, so it costs about $39.90 for the turn signal, and with the turn signal you get the brake sensing functionality, and again another $39.90 for the MIPS liner option. The best feature of the FARO is all the lighting elements and the fact that you can fully customize them. So here you can see the main taillight. You can do solid mode, pulsing mode, flashing mode, and you can see a nice even distribution and really eye-catching with a very bright LED. You can even change the intensity of the taillight. So here you can see this is probably 67%. You can dial it up all the way to 100%, which is very bright, or dial it all the way down to conserve the battery. Then you have the hidden light, which is the coolest feature. It's similar to the Lumos Matrix, but nicer appearance with this little fabric cover and a little hexagonal pattern. With this one, you can change both the color and the flash patterns. And it's very unique. You can see this nice dense grid of LEDs, provides this up and down sweep, and a lot of really interesting modes. So they're really eye-catching and something that'll get a lot of compliments when you're riding. So here you can see pulsing side to side. One of my favorite modes though is the fireworks mode. And you can see here it's kind of a sporadic flashing. So very cool and creative ideas, as well as rainbow, which will cycle through some different RGB options. So again, if you're riding around the streets, you're gonna get compliments with this. You can even change the color of all the other modes except for rainbow. So here you see blue, you can do red, and other colors to make you really stand out. The blue obviously really matches the Maverick color scheme, so one of our favorites. So really attractive, and that fabric cover I think really makes this helmet stylish. So you can see some of the other colors, and again, with every single mode you can change that. Here's the brake light, so you can change the behavior on that to either go flashing, solid, and you can see it really catches your attention. Even the turn signals are customizable, so you can do a standard on-off, and then sequential options, which is really cool. And combined with the hidden lighting service, it really captures your attention, something just the little LED strip wouldn't do. So with this one, with the full sweep, you'll definitely see it. Obviously, the front headlight is also adjustable, so you have solid modes, you have flash mode, you have what they call beacon, and it gives you a nice, smooth distribution of LEDs that really catch your eye, so during the day you might want to do flash, and then you can also change the intensity here. Again, you can't change the color of the front and rear taillight, only the hidden one, but with this one, again, you can change the intensity, so lower or higher, depending on what kind of battery usage you want. Here you can see our little model pose of this during the day. It's a very eye-catching helmet and really looks great, especially in the Maverick color. It's a nice bright blue. The hidden taillight obviously looks better at night where it really shines, but even during the day you can see it from closer distances. It's a very comfortable helmet, but obviously it's very heavy. It's not heavier than its competitors, but it's a lot heavier than a standard road helmet. And one big downside to this, I wouldn't really recommend these style helmets for long rides, but for shorter rides it is comfortable, it's evenly distributed, but you just feel it. It's hard to avoid the 600-gram weight. So when you take it on and put it off, you'll feel it. Otherwise, really easy to adjust the side dials, and the magnetic buckle is really simple, so you just slide it off. You don't have to worry about it, so you can do it with one hand. But the combination of the hidden light and all the lighting elements really make the Uno One stand out in an otherwise crowded marketplace. Now let's take a look at the Unit 1 app. As you can see, it's a really attractive app. You have a three-dimensional helmet rotating, and it's the same color you set during the first pairing. You also have percentage battery remaining, as well as the number of hours remaining for this mode. And you can see everything actually matches the current helmet mode. It's a really cool feature. You have basic ride functionality here, so you can start a ride, end a ride, and it'll keep track of distance and calories. You can't do any navigational routes. You have a profile page where you can actually collect badges, so it gives a little more social element to it. You can discover more challenges here. They're all little fun things, altitude, distance-based type approaches. Summary of your activity based on the rides you've inputted. So kind of cool features, but the best part about this is obviously customizing the helmet. So if you click on the helmet, you have different profiles from the factory. You have 3. You have the balanced, and you can see all the settings here. And you can press use it on my helmet and it'll automatically sync. So you can see this one is more balanced, a longer runtime. Performance, which brings down the total runtime to 2 hours. Uses full 100% illumination on the front and back. So you can see this is very bright. And after it syncs, you have everything at 100%, plus the rear hidden brake flashing. Then you can set up your own modes as well, which is fun. So I have this fancy one, and you can go through there and customize every single thing. So if you click configure, it'll take you the options of each individual light setting. So really cool, highly customizable. You can't really do anything on the helmet itself. You can just turn it on and off, but with the app, you can customize everything to the exact settings you want, and it'll actually give you an estimated runtime for those configurations. Here you can see all the configuration options. You can enable and disable each of the lighting elements and fully customize the flash patterns as well as the intensity. So you actually have a slider which will let you do it from 100% all the way down to 0%. So you can really control it, and it'll give you the estimated battery life as well. For the hidden lights, you also have the color option, which is really cool. So you can enable it, and then as we showed previously, you can pick it from a simple color selector. So really impressive features. You also have some of the other options here. So the turn signals, you can customize the behavior of that, as well as the other features such as the fall detection. So you can enable that and even set the timing, as well as the lighting responsive mode, and then the weather responsive. This actually uses the current weather at your location, and the lighting will actually check the current time, so it'll go to a more battery saving mode for in the day, and then at night something brighter. So really cool features and easy to use app. Now let's go over the pros and cons for the Uno One FARO helmet. What we like about it are all the sleek color schemes. You have nice matte finishes, and it's a very stylish design with all the hidden LEDs. You also have eye-catching lighting modes, particularly the fireworks and the different sweep options for the hidden LED area, which really make it stand out. You also have that intuitive and well-designed used app, so you can get in there, customize everything, see the estimated runtime for that configuration, and even disable or enable features as desired. Some of the cons for this helmet is obviously expensive, and it is quite heavy due to all those batteries and LEDs, but it is on par with the Lumos and other helmets on the market. So they priced it well with the competitors and made it a little more stylish. Taking everything into account, we'd give the FARO 9.1 out of 10. It's a sleek and stylish helmet. We'd love to see a lighter weight version and even road cycling helmets because the design of this is really on point and very attractive. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.